Good afternoon and welcome to your weekly FX Options Report. Today is Wednesday, July 6, 2011. In midweek trade, the major U.S. stock averages have managed to post a modest advance. In the previous week, the Dow, Nasdaq, and S&P 500 posted their best weekly advance in 2 years. Now, this week, central banks and the U.S. jobs report for the month of June are in the spotlight. The People's Bank of China raised interest rates by 1/4 of a percentage point, its third move this year. Meanwhile, the ECB and BOE will be announcing their rate decisions on Thursday, with the ECB expected to hike interest rates to 1.5% from 1.25%. Meanwhile, the U.S. jobs report for the latest month will be released later this week. Ahead of that report, the ADP employment report and U.S. weekly jobless claims will be in the spotlight. Meanwhile, in terms of the Eurozone, this week, Portugal is in the spotlight. Moody's downgraded the credit rating of the nation to junk status. And over in this spot FX market, the US dollar is seeing mixed trading against the majors, higher against the euro and pound, but weaker against the yen. Now, one way to trade your views on US dollar strength or weakness is to take a look at IC's FX options. One advantage is that they are US dollar denominated. For more information, you can go to www.fxoptions.com. And in our next segment, which is your look at the individual IC FX option pairs and your daily trend opinion, we'll start at the AUX, the US currency, against the Australian dollar. Now, for that pair, the downside does prevail. As long as the resistance at 98 is not breached, the risk of a break below the 90.75 level is high. The preference of trading central analysts is short positions below 98, with targets coming in at 90.75 and 89.15 in extension. And moving on to the BPX, the US dollar against the British pound, that pair is also under pressure. Now, it is currently challenging its resistance, and the RSI lacks upward momentum. The preference of trading central analysts for the BPX is short positions below 63, with targets coming in at 60.50 and 59.75 in extension. Moving on to the CDD, the U.S. currency against the CAD, the key short-term resistance stands at 99.30. It is currently reversing from the 99.30, which is also a strong resistance area. Therefore, the preference of trading central analysts for that pair is short positions below that pivot, with targets coming in at 94.50 as well as 93 in extension. Moving on to the EUI, the US dollar against the euro, it is under pressure. It is currently posting a rebound, but does stand below its resistance. Therefore, the preference of trading central analysts is short positions below 71.50, with targets coming in at 68 and 67 in extension. Moving on to the SFC, the U.S. currency against the Swiss franc, the downside does prevail. Now, the RSI is capped by declining trendline, and it does remain within a bearish channel. Therefore, the preference of trading central analysts for the SFC is short positions below 87.50, with targets coming in at 82.75 and 80.65 in extension. And last but not least for this segment, let's take a quick look at the YUK, the US dollar against the Japanese yen. Now, that pair is also under pressure, and it is still posting a rebound. The preference of trading central analysts is short positions below 82.50, with targets coming in at 79.50 and 78.25 in extension. And moving on to your next segment, which is your weekly trend opinion, let's start out by looking at the U.S. currency and trading conditions last week. Now, last week we saw the greenback fall against the majors, especially against the exotic pairs. Therefore, trading central analysts that had recommended puts on the PCO reached their target with a 100% profit. Now, in terms of portfolio performance, it does, since its inception, which was in August of 2007, it is higher by 2,526.24%, and since the beginning of this year, it is higher by 691.24%. We do have a couple of trade alerts for you right now, including puts on the AUX as well as the CDD and the SKA. Let's start out by looking at the puts on the AUX, the US dollar against the Australian dollar. Now, for that pair, it does currently stand below its resistance, and it is also capped by medium-term declining trend line, while the daily RSI is turning lower. Moving on to the puts for the CDD, the US dollar against the CAD, that pair is breaking below its support and should face further weakness as it is near its previous low. For the SKA, the puts on the SKA, the US dollar against the Swedish krona, it is under pressure right now and also shaping a bearish flag. Now, moving on to next week, trading central analysts will be keeping a close eye on the following pairs, including the EUI, the BPX, the YUK, and the SFC. Trading central analysts will be taking a look at the EUI because it does stand below its strong resistance and also is under pressure. Regarding the VPX, it remains below its resistance at the 63 level. And for the YUK, it is currently posting a rebound, but stands below its new resistance at 82.50. Last but not least, for the SFC, it is still bearish, and it has stripped against its upper channel boundary. The SFC's daily RSI is also capped by a medium-term declining trend line. And that does wrap it up for your weekly FX options report. Make sure to tune in next Wednesday for your latest update. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.